My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is May 20th, 2022. No, today is May 20th, 2023. It is 5:31 a.m. I literally just started recording, got up. I'm a little bit late. Usually I'm up like maybe 12:01, but I stay in bed a bit longer. Let's just say I overslept, okay? Not stay longer, I overslept. All right, so there are a lot of tweets that I need to share with you. One set of tweets I have not recorded was, I think, after the award ceremony, not the chase part. I think I covered that. More tweet like in a happy mode, where the squad were happy to that Meghan received the award. Those type of tweets. I keep on pushing it back until I'm more in a good mood. These tweets needs to be in a good mood so my mind could process much better. So now I'm more up. I haven't recorded them yet. I keep on pushing them back, and I'm not gonna record them today. And today I'm gonna record things that, some of the things the squad was saying yesterday, and a little bit more recent. All right, so let's go on Twitter. All right, so there's this one here. This video clip is not recent, but the squad are talking about it. I think I have it on one of my videos already, maybe a year or two ago. No, not a year, could be 2 years ago. It's old. All right, so let's get going. A bit ironic that Prince William's friend is calling Harry dramatic when his friend was acting this unhinged when he thought one man was stalking him, but Harry, who had 6 blacked out SUV and motorcycles chasing him, his family is overreacting. All right, 1 minute and 11 seconds.
You can have this altercation.
I know. I just realised who it was, and I've just.
You didn't. You were out here
just...
looking for us.
You drove.
Don't.
I was actually.
Yeah, you drove past us outside our house. I saw you.
No, I didn't. I haven't been near the house. I've not been. I promise you, I've not been near your house. I'm not going to lie.
Yes, you are. How dare you behave like you've done my children? How dare you?
I have not
You're
done anything.
stalking around here looking for us and our children. I went for a quiet bike ride with my children on Saturday, and you've only given me your name. You're outrageous. You're disgusting. You really are. How dare you behave like that? And you knew you were going down here.
I didn't know you were coming down here, did I?
So where did you come from?
I've just walked up from West Newton.
So why are you here?
Oh my God, why are you here? Look like a pegging moment going on
here.
here.
I've had an altercation with a photographer. He's filming me as I'm right next to him now. I'm coming down the. Thank you for ruining our day.
I moved out of the way so you could get past.
You didn't move out
I
of the way.
did. As soon as I saw you,
You didn't.
I
You knew
moved.
exactly what you were doing.
I moved into the
You knew
tower.
exactly what you were doing. What you guys have learned by now.
Wow. But yet Harry's having car chasing, motorcycles, bicycles, all of them were chasing him. But this little thing, how dare you? What you doing here? Where did you come from? But anyway, let's read some of the comment and then move on. If it were anyone else, he might be overreacting, so to speak, but I'm sure he's sensitive of this topic, and I'm sure what seems small to someone else is used to him. Okay, you should tell his friend that about Harry too, since he think it's overreacted. That's for sure. It's just the perspective the squad are sharing, just the perspective. Okay, it gives me this vibe. Did I share this? I shared that video with you. Some group of kids who were getting a bike, they already put the bike on their account, and then this woman was trying to grab it from them, and then the kid was like, no, I'm not gonna give it to you. My account, pretty much once you swipe your information, to borrow the bike, it's yours. So this woman was trying to grab it from. I never seen this guy in the back like that, but he came back to set the record straight. This woman started screaming. Okay, one man got him like this, shaking my damn head. But Henry overreacted. There's a rolling eye, just baggage. People think that. Okay. Quote, I thought you guys would have learned by now. A direct reference to what happened to his mother, but Harry is being dramatic when chased by paparazzi in a car. That is just as triggering for him as really on a bike, so his imaginary friend can take a seat. It's interesting that there are no RPOs and the heir apparent and his heir are there. Okay, crying baby ridiculously, throwing fit. He is lucky the visible contract protect him from a logical analysis of this video. Okay, this was very hysterical of really nobody got around him. Okay, something interesting I came across, make you wonder. Okay, what is that? I live in New York City for 2 decades. We don't have Diana level harassment paparazzi here at all. This is a coordinated hate squad that was out to set off a dire catastrophe for Harry, Meghan and Doria. Whomever set this up deserve exposing. The squad saw it the moment it happened. We knew. Alright? But for some reason, when I did that music video, when they came in and when they went out,
I understood the assignment.
after I did that video, I could not operate. You know how well, you don't know, but I tell you, but it's the truth. The time that I usually say on all of my videos, it's early hours. And look at this, at the beginning of this video, I told you I'm a little bit late. But that night, after I did that video, it's something I cannot explain. I could not operate. I could not record. I could not do anything. I went to bed. It's not like I was sleeping. It's just that I could not function. Meanwhile, later on in the morning when I got up, I was reading some of the comments on the video that went live that day. And somebody said something about the chase. I'm like, what chase? I wasn't aware of it because I went to bed. And then later on I learned about the chase. Alright, so let's go to the next video, the next tweet, and it's making reference to this video. Okay, squad, do you all remember William, the Prince of Pegging, reaction when he was stalked by paparazzi last year? That was last year. I thought it was like 2 years ago, but I did cover it before, and I'm not gonna click on this. Okay, this is Daily Mail. Oh no, Daily Record. I'm not gonna click on it. Okay, so we just saw the video. Okay, let's see here. Prince William slammed disgusting photographer and privacy rule on a kid's bike ride. The Duke of Cambridge branded the photographers disgusting before accusing him of stalking around and looking for his children. That's a huge accusation, and you're just walking. Okay, I never thought he was stalking by a paparazzi. Will was faking it. He was doing all that talking, and that meant probably his security. You never heard or seen his face. Anyone being stalked will call 911. Or what's the number in the UK? Oh, it's 999. Okay, in the UK. But yes, that was fake. Okay, Willie Leaks didn't film the other person for identification either. That's another thing. Okay, his lawyers contacted the pap guy as he claimed Wills was abusive to him, and he deleted the video from YouTube, or he was not allowed to share it on YouTube. I think so. Harry and Meghan were stalked and chased by many paparazzi, but none have complained though that they were rude. Let's see here. Yes, he was without his bodyguard, yet he was hysterically enraging. But that was staged. But as the heir, he is allowed to do and say whatever he likes. The spare takes all the flack for just existing. That is the mentality of the British elite, isn't it? My mother was English, and although not elite, she certainly ruled with that mentality. Wow. Not by paparazzi, but by one stage paparazzi. Alright, let's go to the next one. So I just wanted to get this out of the way. With him being stalked, the squad were comparing with what happened to Harry in New York. Well, one of the mistakes that they did, Well, I don't want to give them idea, but it's the fact that they did that in New York. Then again, that was the only public event that they were aware of, so they had to do something. But it's the, I don't want to say that part, but it's in New York. Okay, New York. They got all the proper people involved now in heavy personal business, which is good. Okay, I'm not saying it's bad, which is good. Now the police is involved, FBI probably involved as well. Okay, because everyone who's in New York is saying this never happened. This type of harassment never happened. The media, the mainstream media, is calling Harry liar. But people on the ground, people who have seen it, people who works around the area have saying exactly what Harry said. There was some stuff that happened on Twitter. If I see it, I'll insert it here, because I think I recorded. I don't remember where I put it, but I'll insert those videos. Okay, that explain what happened that night. Okay, next tweet. They're going to eat their young. How old is she again? See, this is the thing. Harry is preventing his kids from happening. Okay, they're already using the kids already. King Charles needs Princess Charlotte to step up as Anne's spiritual bullshit heir. I'm like, what the F? What the F? A child. She's not allowed to be herself? I don't know if people are paying attention. Well, are paying attention. Those kids probably gonna be without any, you know, a mate, or people's gonna be afraid to be with them. No wonder why they love to marry their cousin, because well-minded people don't want to deal with this nonsense. Okay, let's read some of the comment and then move on. Okay, that's their business. I'm here for the popcorn. My God, I feel so sorry for those kids hung out to dry. But after the attempt of Harry, Meghan, and Doria, no mercy for any of the clan. I will not even promote their pics or anything, because they have the whole media and establishment protecting and elevating them. Okay, nope, I don't feel sorry for them. Just here for the popcorn. Remember, these are kids for Princess Diana's kids as well. All right, I mean, I'm not gonna go out of my way to search for the thing, to defend them or anything like that, but I'm not gonna wish anything on them. Just baggage for God, and Diana do her thing for them. All right, let's read what's here, and then that's it. Okay, I feel okay. I just read. Oh no, that's different. I feel bad for these kids though. They're not even in their teen, and they've been seemingly tagged the heir, the nurturer of the wild one. Let Charlotte be Charlotte. Can you imagine the press intrusion when she's 15? What was it during the not coronation, during the funeral of the Queen? I think there were some issues between her and Camilla. Yeah, like she was crying, and then Camilla was I don't know, I saw some stuff. I don't know if I share it, but I saw it, you know. I just leave it alone. This woman just happened take the spot of Princess Diana like nothing had happened prior to that. Okay, let them destroy each other, not my problem. That's KKK. So she's 8 and being called difficult and rebellious already. Okay, another car ride in the future. Okay, what is a bullshit here? Okay, what is that? For Marion, British refuse to obey or help, defiant and uncooperative. Okay, I don't wanna. Good to know, but me drinking and minding my business, it's none of our business. Okay, not our problem. All right, so let's leave that alone. Let's move on. I'm getting more to the more current thing that has to do with our faves, but I just want to get some of these out. All right, so we're getting more to a serious thing. Good reminder. All right, she retweeted that. I'm gonna read this statement and that, because I think she has like 2 comments. Yeah, 2 comments. Okay, I like that statement. We won't hide just because you want us to. Okay, they are finally putting statement out. Okay, so this statement, it's from Harry and Meghan's rep or spokesperson. Okay, the Sussexes global press secretary Ashley Hassan said in a written statement, quote, "The Duke and Duchess have never cited privacy as the reason for stepping back. This distorted narrative was intended to trap the couple into silence."
That's sort of the flawed argument and its operating mechanism, that they're confusing people to think. I think life is about being able to share our stories and share parts of our lives that you're comfortable with. There's no one who's on Instagram or social media that would say, because I shared this one picture, that entitles you to have my entire camera roll. Go ahead, look through it. No one would want that. So it's about boundaries and it's about respect. They've created a false narrative. I've never talked about privacy.
And it continued. In fact, their statement announcing their decision to step back mentioned nothing of privacy and reiterate their desire to continue their role in public duties. Any suggestion otherwise speaks to a key point of this series.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
They are choosing to share their story on their term, and yet the tabloid media has created an entirely untrue narrative that permeates press coverage and public opinion. The facts are right in front of them. Okay, we have the thing where Harry stood in front of the podium. I know exactly what she's talking about. He said the reason he stepped back is not something he took lightly. Is after many months and talk, and he knows he never got it right, but this one he knows it. I'll put the entire thing so you guys have a perspective of what this is making reference to.
What I want to make clear is we're not walking away. And we certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth, and my military associations, but without public funding. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. I've accepted this, knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am. But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to, that I would step my family back from all I have ever known. To take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life. I was born into this life, and it is a great honour to serve my country and the Queen. When I lost my mum 23 years ago, you took me under your wing. You looked out for me for so long, but the media is a powerful force. And my hope is one day our collective support for each other can be more powerful, because this is so much bigger than just us. It has been our privilege to serve you, and we will continue to lead a life of service. So in that respect, nothing changes. I will continue to be the same man who holds his country dear and dedicates his life to supporting the causes, charities, and military communities that are so important to me. Together, you have given me an education about living. And this role has taught me more about what is right and just than I could ever have imagined. We are taking a leap of faith, so thank you for giving me the courage to take this next step.
Okay, so there it is. Okay, so this is the retweet. Now I'm into it. Let's see, there's a lot of comment, not too much. Okay, this Prince Harry and Princess Meghan will not be bullied into silence. Okay, I just read that. Okay, never let your soul be silenced. Live life out loud. Harry and Meghan have told their truth, and now they will carry out their public service with the action of their hearts. Okay, yes, finally, shut the lies down. Okay, when did this come out? We are in a different era. Yeah. Okay, so what is it? Piers Morgan was saying that you want to be private, go back to America, live privately.
Piers,
if you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
So it's about boundaries and it's about respect. They've created a false narrative. I've never talked about privacy.
What I want to make clear is we're not walking away, and we certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth, and my military associations, but without public funding.
I've never talked about privacy.
Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. I've accepted this, knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am. But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to, that I would step my family back from all I have ever known, to take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life.
I've never talked about privacy.
This is his thing. This is Piers Morgan form. This is what he wants Harry and Meghan to do. But Harry and Meghan step back for their own personal reason. Okay, I'll put both clips because I have them. All right, next tweet, so you could see what Harry is making reference to. Next tweet. All right, so there's that. This is becoming very personal to Harry, especially what happened in New York. All right, Piers Morgan, shame on you. His Sussex obsession won't stop until there's a body count. Okay, Harry's calling them to court because Harry's not backing down. Okay, they're trying to do things to deter him or not even have him in the court room at all. They just want a body bag. Because Harry got them. Harry will not take money to shut his mouth and walk away just like his brother. This is the thing that's happening here. Now they took it here in the US. And this is a big mistake that they made. A very, very big mistake that they made. To take it out in New York City, chase, because I hope I bookmarked the tweet because I'm hearing, oh, that's in those videos that I say I came across. But again, if I see it, I'll answer it. Eyewitness, people who work around the area, people who were walking around the area were saying what the paparazzi was doing, trying to chase him down. Okay, but the mainstream media is saying there was no chase in New York City. There's no room for chasing and all of that. Yes, there's a lot of traffic in New York and all of this, but eyewitness, people on the ground, not the mainstream media, people who saw what was happening, say exactly what Harry said. Confirm, I should say, confirm what Harry was saying.
The way I saw them follow the car, I wasn't surprised by the headlines. They actually went in from the side entrance. They didn't come in from the front red carpet entrance. Me and a couple other supporters ran to the back to kind of catch them walking in because we saw all the paparazzi running to the back suddenly. And it became pretty aggressive. The paparazzi had access to the garage from where they were entering, and they were being kind of manhandled by the bodyguards to prevent them from getting too close to the Sussexes. And the entire time, a lot of the paparazzi were heckling Meghan and Harry and making just negative comments, trying to get a reaction out of them. As they were leaving, just the way they chased the car, it just reminds you of like all the other scenes you've seen in the past with Prince Harry's mother. And it was just really upsetting. If it was triggering for me, I can't even imagine how it must have felt for them.
Okay, now the New York, oh, that's me here. Okay, now the NYPD and probably the FBI got involved. Princess Diana said she's working her magic where no one dare to interfere in her work. All right, Princess Diana is helping. I'm telling you, after I meditate on that and then go back, I think the day after the thing happened, the chase happened, the thing happened on the 16th. Go look on the 17th on my community board. I was putting out prayers after prayers, and one of them, I believe I said, watch, in 4 days they're gonna find out who it is. Okay, and then after I was I try to say meditate. I don't think it's meditate because I can never get in that space, or maybe it's my way of meditating because I don't do it the same way as everybody else. After I got the answer I was looking for, then my body was calm. It's strange. It may sound crazy, but after I did that video, the music video, we were cheery, we were happy, put the video out, and then after that, I could not, my inner being was disturbed. I could not really function. I could not think. My mood was completely different. I had to go to bed. Okay? Not that I was sleepy, but I was wasting time. I couldn't function. I went to bed. Then when I got up in the morning, I was checking my video, see how, what people were saying and try to interact with you guys. And then somebody said about the chase. And I was like, what chase? And then later on I found out there was a chase. I don't know if my spirit was feeling, I don't know. I really don't know. Okay? I cannot explain. It's almost the same thing when I told you when I reached 200 subscribers and then I experienced something and I can't even explain that kind of mentality. Okay, Some of you will know what I'm talking about. The 200 subscribers. When I reached that number, I was trying to, it felt like, okay, it felt like it was 1,000 subscribers for some reason, but it was only 200 because I was paying attention to what YouTube was doing to my back end. But when it finally stayed 200 and the numbers keep on going, and then I tried to change the way that I do my videos, trying to be whatever it is, what I cannot explain, okay? But that's what was going in my mind. Then later on, when I'm editing whatever I had written, and I was like, nope, that's not me. That's not me. Scrap whatever I did, leave it alone, and then rethink my platform, and then you have what I have, what you're seeing now. So it's the same kind of feelings that I'm telling you that I went through, and I'm sharing it with you. I cannot explain it. That night, when there was that chase, I was not aware of. I could not function. I could not do the videos. I did record after I finished the music video, but I think it was after I finished recorded it, I could not edit because I had a lot of other videos that were piled up that I need to edit. I could not edit anything. Yeah, I think I recorded something after I finished the music video, and then went to the next following video that I needed to edit, and I could not edit. My body was feeling strange. So instead of wasting time forcing myself to edit the video, I went to bed. I shut everything down and went to bed. All right, so let's go. Okay, so that was that. What was this about again? Yeah, between Harry and Piers Morgan. So this guy is disturbing him. And then, the reason I was bringing all of this is the day after the chase, go on my community board, see some of the things that I was posting. And one of them, I remember I said, in 4 days, they're going to find out who it is. Something like that. Okay. There's me here saying, now the NYPD and probably the FBI got involved. Princess Diana said she's working her magic where no one dared to interfere in her work. Start with his commercial. I remember during the Levison inquiry, he was asked by the BBC reporter, why does he have an obsession behavior toward Princess Diana? Wow. Okay, God forbid nothing will happen to the Sussexes, but to Piers Morgan and whoever wishes them bad. Okay, I think the body will be him after he gets convicted. Okay, Piers desperately wants recognition from royal family. The evil he wishes and plan for Harry and Meghan will return to him in 100 folds. Okay, that's correct. Or maybe he might understand it if it happens to be a member of his family. Let's just put it directly at him, because he's the one who's doing it. Okay, if his family support him in doing what he's doing to Harry, that's baggage for God. But this is directly him. He's opening his mouth on national television to spew his negativity. Okay, let's hope if there is a body count, it's Morgan. Okay, it's going to be his own body. Okay, and yet he continues to be given a platform by the major media companies. What's happening right now? There is a how do you call this, power struggle, where the good versus the bad is struggling right now. Some people who were blind to see what was happening see the light. So the power struggle with the elites, who's in power, who's in control, they're not gonna let things go. Remember, there's one video, Hugo. Remember Hugo? Now that young lady, I haven't watched those his channel quite some time. Now there's a lady who's running that channel. But Hugo, in one of his videos, the second video that he had created, he was putting some very important videos out, making reference to what was it, the not psycho, the like some business people. You had the Microsoft guy, all sort of business people were gathering, the reset, that's the word. They were doing something, talking about the reset and all of that. The reset was supposed to be 2020, but it did not go their way. It almost did. It almost did, because people went out and vote and prevent the United States to join them. We are still in that same struggle the UK is going through, because right now they're preventing Biden from making laws and moving forward. There is a power struggle in the House of Representatives and the Senate and all of that. All right. So that reset that Hugo was talking about, this was planned. It's just it didn't go accordingly, because people in the United States went to vote and prevent the look how deep Donald Trump tried to do, and all the people that were involved in almost every state who were trying, okay, to steal the election. But there were too many votes. People went out to vote. They couldn't steal it by that much. But if there were, let's say, 1 or 2 people, let's not say 200, maybe 100 or 200, let's say in the hundreds, who the difference was, they could easily steal it. But it was in thousands. You cannot dismiss thousands of votes like that. Okay, so that 2020 election should tell everyone, no matter which country you are, and it is your duty, if you are qualified to vote, is to go vote. One vote, yes, you are one person. Okay, that's how this democracy works. You are one person, but collectively, okay, the flood, you are one drop of rain, but collectively we are a freaking flood. This is what prevent Trump from stealing 2020 election. Learn that. Otherwise, the same BS that's going in the UK, that's pretty much going around the world, would have happened in the United States, and it would have been just normal of people doing unethical thing, bribery, all sort of things like martial law. You see, when Trump was in power, you see the police knocking people down and all. This would have been normalized. Scare people from speaking, from do all of that. All right. So now more people are seeing what's really happening. And I told you guys, go back to PYTE maybe a day or 2 after the 2020 election, and I made a video. I don't know, I forgot exactly what I said in the video, but I remember the thumbnails where I put Eva Longoria, what was the other, Stacey Abrams, and then I think a Native American, and I said these are the group that save democracy. Okay, because we saw the BS that was going on, but majority of white people, okay, they were concerning only on their skin. They were not looking into the substance. Okay, so that's it. Go back to some of my old videos on PYTE. Right now it's demonetized, but you could see why. One of many reasons why it's demonetized. Too many truths in those videos. Next tweet. All right, I went on. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go to the next tweet. Now there's the thing about Harry. Okay, remember when Prince Harry asked to see photos of Princess Diana's slumped over, lifeless in the back of a smashed up car, and even in her last moment she was photographed. No wonder Harry and Meghan demand the photos taking of them in a dangerous car chase. Wow. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna read that, but I'll click on it, or maybe read the first paragraph and leave the link in the description for you guys. Okay, let's see what they say. Backgrid picture firm reject request to provide copies of photos and videos taken on Tuesday in New York. All right, once the FBI, guess what? If they could say that, but guess what? If the lawyers or whatever could go to court and ask the judge for some, how do they call this, subpoena? Is it subpoena? No, a warrant. That's it, a warrant. Okay, why they need those pictures, why this, why that, and if the judge agree, and the judge will say, yeah, they need to turn it over. That's all. So the main thing is, we know who gets it, who had those images. Remember what I said? Go back to some of my posts after the chase, and I said in 4 days we're gonna find out. So they already know who it is. A starting point. Okay, that's just a starting point, but there's connection to it. Okay, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have reportedly demanded a celebrity photo agency hand over images taken during what the royal couple said was a near-catastrophe chase with a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi. Backgrid, a California-based entertainment picture agency, said on Thursday it rejected the request, which was laid out in the letter, and a letter from the Sussexes legal team demanding it provide the images taken on Tuesday in New York City. Okay, the episode, which has echoed of the death of Harry's mother, Diana, Princess of Wales, who was killed when her car crashed while being followed by paparazzi in Paris in 1997. Is said to have happened after the couple and Meghan's mother attended an award ceremony. Okay, so there's more to it. Oh, it's not that long, so let's finish reading. Okay, Backgrid told the BBC, the letter stated, quote, "We hereby demand that Backgrid immediately provide us with copies of all photos, videos, and or film taken last night by the freelance photographers after the couple left their event and over the next several hours." The agency told the broadcaster it had replied, quote, "In America, as I'm sure you know, property belongs to the owner of it. Third party cannot just demand it be given to them, as perhaps kings can do. Okay, perhaps you should sit down with your client and advise them that his English rules of royal prerogative to demand that the citizenry hand over their property to the crown over rejected by this country long ago. Okay, we stand by our founding fathers. Backgrid and the Sussexes have been contacted for comment." So I guess that comment that I read at the beginning of the thing, this video, maybe that was the response. All right, so finish reading. All right, they responded saying, "In America, we don't respond to people like that." But if they go to court and say whatever it needs to say in front of a judge, we'll see. I could see why they don't want to give it. Yes, I understand why. It is theirs, it's whatever. But I think at least Harry took the step. Harry knew they wasn't gonna give it like that. Harry knew. Their legal team knew they weren't gonna give it like that. But you have to take the baby step first. That's what this was. Take a baby step to try to do it somewhat neutrally, calmly, without being aggressive. Well, the way that they ask, demanding. It's a very commanding kind of tone of voice. But you could understand why they do that. Just to start in a basic level, okay? And it could also mean a wild guess. They probably didn't even know if they had it. They probably know, okay, so this agency in New York or in California and LA do those kind of thing. They probably send it randomly. Okay, so they took the bait. They responded. Okay, so now they know who has it, who's in control, or who's the ownership of those images. That's all. It was a wild guess. Maybe, I don't know. Then, if that doesn't happen, their lawyers will do the next step. You don't go straight and do your final punch. You beat them down little at a time, and then later on, you do what you need to do. All right? So this is just baby step that Harry's lawyer is doing here. That's the way that I see it. Okay? I'm not a lawyer. I cannot give any legal advice. But from my humble opinion, this is how I see it. All right, so let's read some of the comments. Okay, anything for a bit of attention, huh? I guess that's why you are. Okay, that's why you are such a big fan of Harry. Me again and Amber Third. Okay, whatever. All right, but let's see here. And it did happen, as they say. It was a chase for 2 hours, and the paparazzi confirmed. All right, let me mute, because if the video keeps on playing, YouTube will somewhat claim copyright. But I'll cover it. I'll cover the video, but you could hear what is being said. All right. Let's see here. And it did happen, as they say. It did happen, as they say. It was a chase for 2 hours, and the paparazzi confirmed it here by TMZ, who don't even like them. All right. 45 seconds. Again, you're not gonna see the video. Okay.
And I guess people kind of acclimate to that. And for whatever reason, you know, because we thought, when we first heard about this morning, we thought the paparazzi would probably try and tell a different story. They didn't. They told the same story that Harry and Meghan told, essentially.
You know, this is a shame and unfortunate, and it's really a shame on the paparazzi for reenacting this, because like you guys said, this is traumatizing for Harry. He already went through this. So, I mean, it's just a terrible thing that they can't see it within themselves that they're doing something wrong.
Yeah, and it lasts, again, when we first heard 2 hours, we thought, how could that be?
Right.
But
2 hours driving around Manhattan.
But it was.
It's not that big of an island, but, you know.
Okay.
Okay, there it is. They confirm it. It was. The reason that it was, they did not want to lure the paparazzi where they were staying. So they have to go around. And I think they went to the police precinct twice. Okay? To give time out so they don't chase them around. Okay? So they stay at the police station to prevent any problem. I mean, that's a smart move. And I think in one of those videos, I recorded something, and when Harry was about to give the address to the taxi driver, the security team who was with them stopped and give a different address or to police or something like that. Because if, look at right after the chase, who did Piers Morgan interview? The taxi driver. How the hell did he find him? Okay? So he contacted the taxi driver asking all sort of information, and I think he said where did he drive him or something like that. But whatever it was, and I remember saying when I read that, they then gave the address, the location, and I was like, wow. And this state of mind to think about that, this is huge. This is huge. Not to give the address right away, but someone else happened, which was the security, cool and collected minded, probably was his adrenaline gland was right up there, but he was in the right state of mind to not give the address, especially after all those people were chasing them. So there's TMZ here confirming it, and I have other videos that I came across that confirm the 2-hour chase. Okay, we've all seen them smiling in the back of a cab. It's too late. Game over. No, it's not too late. What were they supposed to do? To show them they're crying and all of that, so they could make fun of them, and they just did what they have to do. All right, so these are the things that was going on. Okay, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Doria Ragland jumping New York taxi driver, Daily Mail. Okay, Meghan and Harry spotted jumping on yellow. Okay, they doing all those things step by step, letting people know all this stuff. My goodness. Well, let's just say, okay, as bad, this is a bad experience. Okay, I don't wish that on anybody to go through it. But guess what? Now they learn. Now they learn. The other day I was thinking, like yesterday, okay, I was thinking, next time on something like this, go to a restaurant, okay, have your car already prepared, go to a restaurant that have a building that have, I don't know, some indoor parking or something like that. Let your car, whatever other car you have, park in there. Go to the event, wherever event the public already know you are participating in. Go to the restaurant, pretend you're gonna go to a restaurant, okay, but in the back you sneak out, go into the car, and that particular car you had set aside way before you went there, all right, a dark out SUV or whatever, and then you drive out, put your head down, nobody have to see you in the car or anything like that, and then you go about your business. This is, now they should learn about this. This is just another fantastic I will not say fun. This is another experience where they could learn from and readjust their security. That's all it is. God is good. Okay, now that they get the NYPD involved, probably the FBI. All right, so they'll get them in Discover. Okay, they'll get them in discovery, or the NYPD will get them as evidence. They're going to be hand over one way or another. Yeah, that's all. Yes, especially what happened throughout the night. There's cars, parked cars. I think there's a radio station that nearby. Some of the guys who work at the radio station were saying what was happening. Parked cars were, the paparazzi hit those parked cars. Okay, so it's much more than that. It's much more than that. They're gonna get it. It's like they're giving more evidence for Harry to submit to court. Okay, one way or the other, they're gonna get it. It's okay. I could understand they don't want to give it over, or you're not a king, this is that. It's fine. There's the court system. Okay, what happened in the middle of the night, chasing them, this should not be. Okay, the health and safety of the public is tremendous. Okay, it's epic, it's monumental. This is the thing that they could say whatever they want, but their lawyers did the right thing. First ask. If they don't ask now, they have to go to the court system. Let the derangers mock and do all of this. At the end of the day, Harry and Meghan will get the last word. That's all it is. Next tweet. The link of the article will be in the description. There's another one here. In America, as I'm sure you know, property belongs to the owner of it. Third parties cannot just demand it be given to them, as perhaps kings can do. There's all of the mainstream media. They all part of the team that wants to do this. How will I say that? Pretty much the mainstream media. They all corrupt already. All right, but this is what we read on that other one, The Guardian. Okay, photo agency pens fiery rejection to Meghan and Harry's footage request. The couple's request followed a car chase in New York City. Okay, America needs to know the truth about these two. Fine, you'll find nothing. Feel free to. How many court things, people calling them to court, they still haven't found anything. You get the crazy mind that goes into these people. All right, it's really scary. It's really scary. They do not want to see the truth. They create their nonsense in their head. Okay, and then they want everybody else to believe their nonsense. Harry, Meghan have gone to court, especially Meghan. They call them to court over and over. They find nothing. Okay, there's this here. What a pathetic response from them. They will need to give it up once the investigation starts. Even TMZ, who don't like Harry and Meghan, admitted the paparazzi chased them. In fact, the paparazzi admitted. Alright, so we just watch this. Let's read this and then move on. Whatever's on the screen, that's it. Okay, if the agency is sued, they'll have to hand over copies of those pictures. So we'll see what happens in the coming days and weeks, because we all know that Harry and Meghan are adverse to suing people. Frankly, I hope that agency get bankrupt. Look at this. Look at the Murdoch thing between Dominion and Fox. All right, look to Discovery. What did we find? Okay, they admit that they lie. One way or the other, they're just calling for a lawsuit. That's all. They should have just handed over to prevent the next step. But they want the hard way, so they're gonna have to call them to court to do the next step. That's all. So this is the thing. Harry probably did not want to do going to court is a lot of work. Not only money and work, time and all of this. It's a lot of work. Maybe he was just, well, let's ask for it and, we move on or whatever. But they want to play the hard way. That's all. So in a way, I would say this is good. So their lawyers could do the next thing. What was it when they took pictures of Archie when they first moved to California? Okay, what happened to, what's the name? X17 or something like that? Bankrupt. So you mess with them, you're done with. You're done with. People still haven't learned the pattern of things. Harry and Meghan weren't just random people who meet together. They were anointed. As crazy as this sound, they were chosen by God to be together. Anyone who goes against them, you see that karma come one way or the other. Okay, they play irony and write an answer full of disdain. But if they've nothing to hide, why are they afraid to release these photos and videos, and why their employers, UK tabloid, have dropped their articles with these photos and their online page and their online front page? I can't wait for the lawsuit. Yep, that's all they're waiting for, just the lawsuit. Okay, Harry and Meghan's lawyer got the idiots to admit that they have videos and photos. That was the goal. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'll go into that later. There's 16 comment. My guess is those photos are about to become evidence, so they will be turned over for a civil and criminal case. Okay, NGL, that response was epic. Yep. Oh well, we will see. Let's see here. Exactly how else did they get the image of Harry and Meghan and Doria and the taxi that appear in the Daily Express and Daily Mail if the paps aren't there? Okay, so let's see here. What is that? Well, I can tell you one thing. That statement by Bagrid wasn't written by a lawyer, or it was written by a really stupid one. And okay, who wrote this? Okay, in one fell swoop, they stated that they, one, know the identity of the people taking the photos, two, are presently in contact with them, three, prepare to represent the photographers by making statement on their behalf, four, admit that regardless of vehicle, there was reckless and dangerous driving which necessitated police intervention. 5. Admit the individual were taking photographs while driving. 6. Admit the Bagrid review the photograph. 7. Admit that Bagrid made the information decision to purchase them. I could go on and on. Bagrid should never have issued a statement at all. Instead, they decided to insert themselves in the narrative. I'm not even going to comment on the second excerpt responding to Harry and Meghan's lawyer. Good luck getting yourself out of the hole you dug, you idiot. There it is. There it is. That's it. Whoever wrote this, and I'm glad I'm telling you, the squad are good. They find all the right thing to come on my timeline. There it is. Yes. That's the way that I see it. I'm not even a lawyer. Okay, so there's more. Oh, there's more. Okay, at Bagrid USA Inc., we value, I guess that's the statement they put. Okay. We value transparency and ethics and journalism, which include providing fair and factual responses to claim we are aware of Prince Harry's statement regarding an alleged near-catastrophic car chase involving himself, Meghan Markle, and her mother in New York City and on Tuesday night. We want to clarify that we have received photos and videos of last night's event from our freelance photographers, 3 of whom were in cars. Wow, there it is, they admit it. 3 of whom were in cars and 1 of whom was riding a bicycle. It is important to note that these photographers have a professional responsibility to cover newsworthy events and personalities, including public figures such as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. According to the account given by these freelance contributors, they were covering the couple's stay in New York City, including the possibility of a dinner after an award ceremony. They have no intention of causing any distress or harm, as their only tool was their cameras. A few of the photos even show Meghan Markle smiling inside a cab. This is just the face that I know what pictures they're talking about. The face that you saw Meghan give is the same thing during the Commonwealth thing. Okay, Harry was pissed. I mean, Harry don't know how to disguise his emotion, but Meghan was just give that straight face, and Miss Doria's head was slightly tilted down, but Harry was recording the person who was taking the pictures or whatever, recording him. All right. But Meghan just gave that smirk kind of thing. That's it. But nobody knows what was going on in her mind. Okay? There's no way anybody would be happy in this moment. But she gave that straight face. Perfect example, the Commonwealth. Okay? Just compare that to the Commonwealth. Okay, a few of the photos even show Meghan Markle smiling inside a cab. The photographers report that one of the 4 SUVs from Prince Harry's security escort was driven in a manner that could be perceived as reckless. No, it wasn't them, because once they saw what was going on, one of the security was saying they were going the recommended speed limit, and when they realized they can't how do you call this, like, lose them, they went to the police station twice. They just sat there. Okay, they just sat there.
Part of the security detail. He used to be with the Secret Service. He told me, I've never experienced anything like this. What we were dealing with was very chaotic. There were about a dozen vehicles, cars, scooters and bicycles. The public were in jeopardy at several points. It could have been fatal. So that's what they were dealing with, Brianna, and they're clearly very shaken up.
Happened very close to here when we were leaving the building yesterday. There was nothing but cameras all over the place, and I was trying to figure out what happened. And I guess, you know, she was leaving the ballroom, but they said that the paparazzi allegedly hit like 6, 7 cars over there, and they said it was a big thing.
That's what we were told yesterday.
Okay, the vehicle was seen blocking off street And in one video, it is shown, there it is, they admit they have videos being pulled over by the police. We understand that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's security detail had a job to do, and we respect their work. We do, however, want to point out that according to the photographers present, there were no near collusion or near crash during this incident. But eyewitness say something else. Those radio station people say something else. Okay, the photographers have reported feeling that the couple was not in the immediate danger at any point. But they don't know you. How do you know how they feel? Okay, at Backgrid USA Inc., we do not condemn any form of harassment or illegal activity. We are taking Prince Harry's allegations seriously, and we will be conducted a thorough investigation into the matter. There it is. They just admit everything. Okay, from that previous tweet that I just screenshot. Okay, I'm confused by all of this. Did Harry's team send some kind of notice to Backgrid, and Backgrid leaked it to TMZ? I think that's what happened, and I think Backgrid is probably being kind of highly selective about what the Sussex lawyers are actually threatened. It's also curious because from what I've seen at other media outlets, most of them are refusing to buy or publish photos from any part of the chase. This is what they should have done. It could easily be, okay, my humble opinion, they just a middleman. They know in advance this was gonna happen to obscure, to get themselves not to be part of the main subjective thing. All right, all of them could be a chain of thing. They already know that was gonna happen, so they send their people. They were gonna be the one who pretend that they bought it. Okay, do some sort of paper trail to say, yes, I bought this, it's not us, and then we gave it to how do you call this, the one in the UK, and all of that. Meanwhile, it's all one. Okay, all one. They all are connected. They know. Okay, there's one video from Midas Touch who was saying how the Fox News people work. Okay, all their media friends, okay, do the thing. They're circling their nonsense. They're circling their nonsense until another group outside of them pick it up, and to make it seem like it's factual. So it's the same thing that's happening here. They all could be connected. They probably like to, how do you call this? What's the term? Pretend that they are a different identity. Okay, but it's probably the same group. All right. Like I usually say, like Charles have people at all bases to do their dirty work for them. It's the same thing here. Okay, it's one of their bases they already have, just to pretend that they're not connected when in fact they are. All right, all the others don't want to buy it, but this one did. Why did he buy it? Okay, let's see here. Backgrid probably paid fortune to their freelancers, and now those photos aren't selling because Harry's team has made it clear that the pics are the result of multiple criminal acts. I totally understand why Harry and his security will want access to all paparazzi videos and photos, though they're trying to do forensic analysis of exactly what happened and figure out whether every vehicle trailing them was actually a paparazzo. Okay, so again, this was a huge mistake for them, and then the wrong country to do that, and the wrong city as well. The NYPD is involved. Hey, I told you, just look at the bigger picture. It was meant to happen, and thank God they safe. This is the main thing here. Thank God they safe. They live to tell their stories. Can anyone figure out why the Daily Mail and the Express have deleted these articles so quickly after Harry and Meghan confirmed they had been involved in a near crash with paparazzi? I remember there's a tweet that I read maybe 2 days ago. Okay, the next day after some squaddies were putting this out. All right, they removed it so quickly. Okay, but they got Backgrid, a photo agency in New York City, to admit that the freelance pap sold the photos to them and that they sold them to the UK tabloid. This is the thing, the step of things that they're trying to do to connect. So the main person who was behind it, okay, not just the photographer, the really main person behind it, whoever sent the photographer to do that and then pretend they're selling this, yeah, that's probably money exchange. Yes. So when investigation happened, they could see the connection of things. But whoever, the last person who published it, is the main culprit. Okay, they are stalkers. So So the 3 with cars were the black SUV. I thought that also. All right. Reason number 1, why you never start off a response to a demand letter like they did. Yep, that's it. Okay, game, set, and match. That's it. That's it. They bait them and then they took it. Okay, agree 100% for the chess. Bullseye. They also admit in their gaslighting statement, and they sound tough, but they just make themselves look stupid. I myself saw it. Why would you respond to that? Just ignore it. Just ignore it. But they took the bait. That's it. Now they needed, how do you call this? They needed a starting point. Okay, the starting point was the chase or whatever, but for Harry's investigation, they needed a starting point, and they got it right away. All right, next tweet. When people are not buying those photos, those tabloid people will stop. The paparazzi will stop. Okay, if you look, what is it? The Johnny Depp, how do you call this? Johnny Depp case with Amber Heard. One thing that I learned when they called the TMZ guy, I have the video of that, when they called him to testify and they asked how things worked, this is exactly what happened here.
I was the go-between the news desk in the office and the reporters in the field, which you might know as paparazzi.
Approximately how many paparazzis were you in charge of?
At the time, it was about 20 in LA, a handful, maybe 3 in New York, and then 1 in DC.
And what were your responsibilities specifically as to the paparazzi?
It would be to dispatch paparazzi to various locations based on tips or just direction dictated by having a list of sort of hotspots where celebrities would be.
And how were those tips received?
They were received either through tips that we received through our tip line or directly through news producers in the office.
And were tips frequently received directly from sources?
Very often the case, yeah.
And who were the type of sources that TMZ received tips from?
They would receive tips from, oftentimes it would be publicists, managers, agents, or B-list celebrities.
Lawyers?
And lawyers, definitely.
How are tips verified?
Tips are verified by an extensive process. If they come in through our tip line, we have to verify who sent it, that the source is truthful, and so they have to add their contact information, which is a field in that on that website for like name, phone number, things like that.
And how long did that process typically take?
If we receive a tip through the tip line, it could take a while because that would need to be, if it was a tip, we would need to verify it. If it was media, such as photos or videos, that would need to be extensively verified to ensure that the person sending it is the copyright holder and that we would have the legal ability to air it and distribute it.
And while working for TMZ, were you involved in any assignments related to Ms. Heard?
I was.
What was the first time you recall working on an assignment related to Ms. Heard?
I believe it was May 27th, 2016.
And what was your role in that assignment?
For that, Ms. Heard was filing a restraining order at a courthouse in downtown Los Angeles. So I dispatched camera people to that location.
Under what circumstances would you normally send paparazzi to a courthouse?
Only if we had been informed prior. It's not by any means a celebrity hotspot. We would only ever send people there if we had been tipped off that something was occurring and there was somebody present there.
And what footage was TMZ trying to capture at the LA courthouse on May 27th, 2016?
We were trying to capture Amber leaving the courthouse and an alleged bruise on the right side of her face.
What was your team of paparazzi supposed to do while they were at the LA courthouse on May 27th, 2016?
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay and foundation.
What were they supposed to do?
Right. She's asking for, I don't think there's a foundation.
I'll overrule the objection at this point. I'll see.
Go ahead, Mr. Tremaine.
Can you state the question again?
What was your team of paparazzi supposed to do while they were at the Los Angeles courthouse on May 27th, 2016?
Their objective was to capture her leaving the courthouse and then she was going to sort of stop and turn towards the camera to display the bruise on the right side of her face, the alleged bruise.
Okay, they probably call upon their paparazzi, go to a certain place. Okay, and then they send their paparazzi to go get those people to capture the image, and then I'll put that clip. This video is gonna be long. I'm already 55 minutes. Let's see how many more I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I'll cut this into 2. Next week, the Sussexes global press secretary Ashley Hansen said in a written statement, quote, "The Duke and Duchess have never cited privacy as the reason for stepping back. This distorted narrative was intended to trap the couple into silence." Okay, so there's the BBC thing here. Go look for it. I'm not gonna share that link. Okay, let's see here. Prince Harry and Meghan said they didn't step back over privacy concern. The couple's press secretary reject claim they stepped back from royal life to protect their privacy. What was it? This is the thing. Before, the squad knew that. Okay, it was a very small group who knew it. Now they're pushing it to making it global. Okay, to let other people who were not aware of some of this. That's all. If you look to the finer point of things, this is all that is being played out. God already have Harry and Meghan protected, and his little family. They are protected. Unfortunately, this is the part that sometimes you need to feel sorry for. It's just that God is using them to open people's eyes. Okay, and this is why I say I hope their friends, their families, their neighbors, the little niche, the people that they surround themselves with, protect them. Give them the environment that they need to flourish, to still be their mindset be intact. Okay, because God is using them. That's all it is. That's all I see. Okay, I'm not a freaking psychologist or could tell time or whatever, but that's the way that I see this is being played out to me. Okay, they should have put that statement. They should have put that statement out about privacy years ago. They did. They did. Let's see here. Okay, they did when they were stepping back. Yes, there it is. Some people didn't know. Okay, Prince Harry clearly stated the reason why he made the decision to step back, to step his family back. It is out there for all to hear. Not one mention of privacy. Yeah, and then even in the Oprah interview, there's, okay, let's just say 3 strike you out. The first one, when this was stated, was when Harry was leaving to go meet Meghan and Archie in Canada.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
That was the first time we heard it. It did not make that much noise. Okay? The second time was during the Oprah interview.
Flawed argument and its operating mechanism that they're confusing people to think. I think life is about being able to share our stories and share parts of our lives that you're comfortable with. There's no one who's on Instagram or social media that would say, because I shared this one picture, that entitles you to have my entire camera roll. Go ahead, look through it. No one would want that. So it's about boundaries and it's about respect. They've created a false narrative. I've never talked about privacy.
Meghan literally said all of what needed to be said about privacy. She even went and said, if someone came to your office, they see your picture, they ask you to hand your camera roll, no one will do that. All of this. Meghan stated that. Okay, first it was Harry, then it was Meghan at the Oprah interview. Now the spokesperson is putting it globally. Now the world will see. We'll see what they were trying to do. 3 strike you out. Now the world sees it. Now the world will understand. Of all place, okay, the city that what did they call Big Apple? The city that never sleeps. You know, the motto that they have for New York City. Okay, the capital of the world, somewhat. Okay, just motto word. Okay. Now the world will know. This is what happened in New York City. Every eyes will be turning on it. Now they know. So now Harry is pinpointing. The world will know why Harry and Meghan did some of the things that they did. It takes patience. It takes patience to do all of this. Alright? Let's go back. I went into this. Okay, anyone who watched the Oprah interview will know that Meghan said that they never spoke about privacy being the reason they stepped down, and she explained what boundaries mean. Everyone has a right to privacy, but it's Piers Morgan line which was taking root. That's right. That's it. Okay, all these people who keep saying that showed us exactly where they saw Harry and Meghan said those exact words. Okay, they say in the first interview they made announcing their retirement from being working royals. Okay, I don't understand why the BBC were writing about what the Sussexes said. They said they were stepping back for when they just need to get off their taxpayers funded bottoms and listen to Prince Harry's statement. That's it. Okay, we always knew that. That's it. The squad knew that. Is the thing that I'm seeing here is the amount of patience Harry and Meghan have. Now the world know, they will understand everything that Harry was doing. Okay, and full detail. That's all it is being revealed. The amount of patience, dedication, the steps, the details, every little thing that Harry went through, the world will understand. Okay, exactly. Shaking my head. Exactly. Next tweet. That's all they're doing now. They're chasing them. They left the UK. Piers Morgan asked Meghan to leave. Meghan left. Why are they still chasing them? I don't understand. All right, now people will understand. The tide will turn full blown and they won't be able to handle it, meaning that the one who's causing Harry and Meghan's pain. Okay, this is an article. Okay, so now I think I'm gonna start a new video because we are in a different mood here. Let me make a prayer. And I hear my son's up and he's about to go somewhere. Let me see where he's at. So let's stop this video and then I'll do the next recording in a few. Let's do a prayer to end this video. Right now it's 6:30. I told you I start late today. Let's do prayer. Let's say thanks. Okay, we're thanking God for the event that happened. Okay, as I'm sorry, Harry and Meghan, it may sound kind of rough and tough or not sentimental, but I'm sorry you went through it, but this had to happen in order for people's eyes to open. Okay, and I'm happy God always had your back. Okay, the Lord always had your back. It just needed to be, the people need to see it, okay, in order for them to understand it. Remember all those prayers I be saying? In order for you to understand it, you either have to go through it or you have to see it. So that's what one of the things that just happened here. Unfortunately, it was a time that you were supposed to be happy. You received the award. It was a time where you're supposed to enjoy your anniversary with your husband. I guess I will say, take it that way. This is a gift God have just given you, where the world will see, and the proper people will be in place to investigate and show the world what happened. Okay, that's the gift. Okay, take it as a gift. I don't know if you see it the way that I see it, but you have been screaming from the rooftop for people to hear you, but instead what they were hearing is a squeak. All right, but now the world will hear it. Okay, there won't be no corruption around it. Who's gonna investigate it? The world will see the truth for what it is. Okay, that's the gift. Okay, take it as a gift, and then after that I think it will calm down a little bit. People will learn from that. All right, so let's do a prayer for thanks. Prayer, oh, I can't even spell. Prayer for, sometime when I said thanks, other things popped up that I'm not looking for. I need to add something to it where we say thank you, Lord. Maybe that's it. Thank you, Lord. Prayer, let's say for the gift, since I mentioned the gift. Okay, thank you, Lord, for the gift. All right, let's see what pops up. Okay, so that's something. We're on a good track with that prayer. Dear Lord, we rejoice in our gratitude for the gift you have given us today, have enriched our lives beyond measure. We thank you for the love you show us and the sacrifices. That's one heck of a sacrifice you guys just put in on Tuesday. That's one hell of a sacrifice. Think of it of that, okay? And the sacrifices you made to support us. May we continue to appreciate your love each and every day. Amen. You just have to believe and continue with your truth. That I know you got under control. You made many speech about keep your truth, your self-worth, and all of that. You got that all packed, okay? Your trust in God needs to be there, okay? Whichever God you believe in, the true God will listen. Let's pick an image. Let's pick that one. Okay, thank you for the abundance that you give, expressed, and the diversity of nature. Look at this, diversity of nature, far more than I need to just satisfy the physical needs of my life. You supply all that I need to bless and enrich my spirit, that I might experience life to the fullest. Amen. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna keep it as simple as is. All right, so please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it. Let me go check on my son. He's supposed to go somewhere. It's now 6:37.
Try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps being having a distorted view.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better